My wife Linda and I would like to introduce you to TeamFSI. We are privileged and honoured to head up a team of international freedom seekers. And our goal is to help you achieve your dreams and goals. As Zig Ziglar said, if you help enough other people get what they want, you can have anything you want. We're very excited to share with you what we see as a new business model, with Isagenix introducing permanent free membership and the upgrades we've had recently to our FSI system. And as Kathy Coover said, we will dominate, no doubt about that. And the 2020s will be the decade of the platinums. Right? That's 250 cycles a week, over 700,000 a year for Team FSI members who are prepared to learn, grow and take massive action. You're going to have to do all three. And as you go through the Team FSI system, you'll learn golden nuggets from the top 5 income earners in Isagenix. Jay Bennett, Herb Zapata, Jimmy Smith, Michael Klaus and Tanya Kirkpatrick. They're all making over $2 million a year. I mean, that's $40,000 a week. And plus Kathy Coover, who's a co-founder of Isagenix. And quickly, a little bit of my story. Way back in 1985, I was 33 years old, living in a small country town in northern Victoria, Australia. I was basically a large animal veterinarian, working mainly with dairy cattle and horses. And I'd also set up a yacht charter company up on the Whitsundays in the Great Barrier Reef area, Australian Bareboat Charters. We had about 23 yachts in our fleet. Right, I was doing farm consultancy work, helping the farmers with their nutritional advice for their cattle and also doing cash flow budgets. I was also doing some other computer programming. And it was at the boat show in July 1985 that I met Steve and Judy, and they introduced me to a brilliant training system in network marketing. And this was a system that had been set up by Dexter Yeager about 16 years earlier, when he finally got it all together. And he's now passed, but he is considered by many, including Business from Home, to be the grandfather of network marketing. And it was the training system that changed my life totally by changing my thinking. I want you to understand, it was not the network marketing company I joined. It was not their products. It was not their compensation plan. It was the training system that Dex had set up that changed my life totally by changing my thinking. And about 8 years later, in December 1993, we headed off to fulfill a dream that I'd carried in my heart for many years. And that was to do some long-distance cruising with my family. We pulled the kids out of school for 12 months and let them do a correspondence course. We sailed as far south as Hobart and as far north as Townsville, with over 8,000 kilometres all up. We also did 4 overseas trips that year. We flew overseas to the Holy Lands tour, which was absolutely magnificent. Right, Zimbabwe, do safaris, Victoria Falls, that was awesome. Snow skiing in New Zealand for a week. Mediterranean cruise on the Enterprise 5. There's only 8 guests on that. That was awesome. And then a Rhine River cruise through Germany. Great way to see Germany. And then also did a Hawaii trip to Maui. A whole heap of our team members over there. And finally wrapped it up with a 6-week 4-wheel drive trip out through the outback. All up, we took 14 months out of the business. And during 1994, we also worked with our architects on the design of our new home that was built in 95. That's it there. And it was the tools and systems that will multiply your results. It's the tools and systems that I used that enabled me to take all this time out. Now end up with both time and money. And Robert Kiyosaki, in his book Cash Flow Quadrant, talks about the fact that you can look at how people make their money and divide it up into 4 ways. You've got active income on the left. You've got the employees and the self-employed or the small business operators. Basically, they've got to be actively involved to be making the income. And about 95% of the world's population live on the left-hand side of the quadrant. But on the right-hand side of the quadrant, you've got the business owners and the investors. These guys have got a passive income. They've got money coming in every day, every week, every month, every year, whether they're actually doing anything or not. And 95% of the world's population live on the left, only 5% live on the right. The guys on the left have 5% of the income, the guys on the right 95% of the income. And Kiyosaki talks about the fact that as an employee you have a job. As a self-employed person, you own a job, or a small business operator. And that's where I was. Doing all those different businesses I was involved with, I was an S. But then the business owner can take 12 months out of the business and the business continues to run quite successfully without him. Because the big question is, how can he do that? How was I able to take 12 months out, 14 months out, and the business continue to run successfully without me? It's because he has systems. He has systems. And with your virtual franchise, we've got systems, the FSI systems. So you can end up becoming a business owner. And recently, we qualified for the Global Top Achievers at Whistler. Right? This was for the top 5 leaders in action here in Australia. So how and why were we able to be global top achievers? Well, looking back on it, I honestly believe it's due to the upgrade we did to the FSI system last year in putting in this series of networking masterclass videos and also going back and talking more about the telomere story. When you look at the formula that was used to calculate everybody's points to see who would qualify, it consisted of personal cycle growth, so you had to be growing in your business. It looked at the personal enrolments that you were doing each month, and it also looked at the personally developed rank advancements, that is the people that you'd personally developed and whether or not they were moving through the ranks. And we're in the top 5 in Australia in that. And large groups of people are 100% predictable, there's no doubt about that. And you change the system, you change the results. And that's what we did. And the definition of insanity is to keep doing what you've always done and to expect a different result. And Isagenix recently made some major system changes. And these will make it easier for everyone. Right? For customers, for product sharers, and for the serious business builders. The permanent free membership that they've just introduced will cost them about $8 million a year. That's $8 million in revenue they won't get. But they're prepared to put that out. And in the past, we've had free enrolment periods, and a lot of different network companies have done this, but only for brief periods, and they always stimulate people enrolling. There's no doubt about that. And then the Korean story. And this is where 34 years in the industry helps, because I know what happened in Korea. See, Amway US started way back in 1959, Amway Australia in 1971, Amway Korea 20 years later in 1991. But what happened in Korea ended up with a very bad reputation and negative press. There are even, opposition companies running paid ads on the TV against them. The government then ruled that Amway was not allowed to charge an enrolment fee or a renewal fee. So it was a government decision forced upon the company. And by 2002, Korea had 10 times the market penetration of the US, even though it had only been going a bit over 10 years, and the US had been going 40 years. And it had 9 times the market penetration of Australia, right? We'd been going 20 years longer. So you've got to stop and think about it. One, you're going to charge people to come into your store and buy products, and the other one, they can just walk in for free. Guess which one's going to sell them more product? And that's what's so exciting here, because we've now stopped charging people to come into our store initially to be able to just purchase. And this new business model, this permanent free membership, we will dominate. There's no other company out there doing that at the moment. And so the combination of the TeamFSI Freedom Seekers upgraded system and this free membership model will dominate. No doubt about that. And why do many people see this as the best option? Because with your virtual franchise, you're in business for yourself, but not by yourself. Right? You pay $25 membership to Isagenix, and they provide you with all of this. Personal website, branding, research and development, the product licensing, events and support, facilitate all the payments, postage and packaging, logistics, product formulation and innovation, accounting and commission payments. They do all of that. You've got a business of your own for $25, a global business. And then with the free training and support system from FSI, you get all the help and the backup and the support. And it's all there. It's awesome. And what you've got to do, though, is 3 things. You've got to use the products, no doubt about that, and you're going to love them. You've got to learn and then talk to people, and then you've got to use the tools. And when you do those 3 things, you can duplicate both your time and your income. It's exciting. And just so you understand exactly how it works, your virtual franchise, global online business, all starts with you. Right? So you get in, your sponsor's going to be logged into Isogenics. These days, people can become a preferred customer just by buying some groceries. Right? In this example here, 3 lots of shakes for 102 BV. Right? And only $4.30 a meal, 42 delicious meals, preferred customer. And then you can become an associate at any time after trying the product. That's only $25. So $25 for a global business. $25 for a global franchise. It's a joke. It really is. Then you plug into the FSI system, you use the products, talk to people and learn to use the tools. And if you do that, you start talking to people, you'll end up sponsoring people, no doubt about that. You introduce 2, one left, one right, Crystal Consultant, right? If you get that done within 30 days, you get $50 plus another 50, 100 all up. Then if you help one of your people develop a consultant, you're going to get another 100, just so you know how this all works. That's a consultant development bonus. Help the other person become a consultant, you get another 100. When you've got 2 personally enrolled consultants, and they could both be on the one team, they don't even have to be opposite teams like this. You become a manager. But if you get that done within 60 days, you become a crystal manager, they pay an extra $250. So all up now, it's $550, right? At that level. So just looking at it, how does the cash flow work out? It's so important that you can explain this to people. Right? At that point, 2 months worth of product, $360 you've spent on food. Right? You've received $550 in bonuses. You paid $25 for your virtual franchise, totally global business. Subtract the 360, which is 84 complete meals, and that's 84 meals you haven't had to buy elsewhere. That's 84 meals you haven't had to buy elsewhere. That's $165 profit just on that. So if we look at your business plan, initial payment for your virtual franchise, at least 100 BV a product, $205 in this case. Share the product and the opportunity with others, which you've done. And if you keep doing that, you're never going to have to put your hand in your pocket again. And we've got people on the call tonight. This is functionally their business model that they're working. They'll never have to put their hand in their pocket again. And we've got some of them who've been in for years, and that's exactly what they did, because they got going straight away. And there's no limits to your future income potential. This is so exciting. So you've got to decide what you want to achieve. First step. So you get in down here. You're a preferred customer to start with. You come up with something. You're an associate. You set a goal. But I promise you, it's not going to be one giant leap. Big mistake a lot of people make. They don't break it back down. It's going to happen one step at a time. So learn, use, and promote the FSI system. Sponsor 20 to find your 6 business builders. Depth has precedence over width. And your goal is to keep your 2 teams even, PV-wise, BV-wise. That way you're going to maximise your cycle bonuses. And so your first goal is consultant. Next one, manager. That's by having 2 consultants. Next one, director, 6 consultants. Then you're looking to break directors in depth, more directors in depth, more directors in depth to achieve your goal. If you've done that, that's basically the plan for going platinum. That's what it is. The 2020s will be the decade of the platinums. You start off as an associate, you go consultant, manager, director, then you're going to break directors in depth, break more directors in depth, break more directors in depth, end up at platinum. That's it. Sponsor 20 to find 6 business builders. Have been taught for over 50 years. And in that first game I was in, I only sponsored 14 in the first 2 years, 19 in the first 4 years. Because this is what I was taught. This is what we were teaching. And it worked, obviously. And then we'll just have a quick look here at a spreadsheet. just to show you how this can come together. So what happens here, right? FSI system, sponsor 20 to find 6 business builders, right? Qualify as a director with 3 levels of directors in depth, hypothetical example. So what we can do here is we can change this. So you can put in Aussie dollars, US dollars, Kiwi dollars, or UK pound, doesn't matter. And then basically what we're going to do is you personally sponsored, you enrolled, personally sponsor the 20. Right, and what we're going to say here is then we're going to end up with 6 business builders, right, and 4 customers, 10 quit. Just so you understand, that's how it is. And what we put in here is we're saying that the business builders and the customers are both using equivalent of 2 bottles of isogenesis, 108 BV. That's all it is. Now, what we find is the business builders actually use a lot more than 100 points. But I just want to keep everything basic for you tonight. And what's interesting, you look through there and you can see up here, you can see what your annual weekly income is. It's only $17, $871 a year. Right, showing it out here, it's less than a cycle a week. But that $871 a year, you'd actually have to have $30,000 invested in an investment account somewhere at 3% to return you the same amount. I mean, we're getting business people to look at this. We want them to understand how good this is. And then what happens, we're looking at these 6 people here. So your 6 business builders, they go and enroll 20 people. Right, end up out of those 20, another 6 business builders each, and we'll stick with our 4 customers at this point. And then we can see what's happened now. Congratulations, you've just qualified as a director. So this is only looking at the cycle income here, but you've also made another $1,700 that doesn't show on this particular spreadsheet. That's in the rank advancement bonus. These incomes are only worked on the cycle. So at that point, you'd be making $6,000 a year. But you'd have to have over $200,000 in the bank at 3% to return you the same amount. $117 weekly, basically 2 cycles a week. Equivalent to 200 grand in the bank. And then if each of these 36 business builders at this level here introduce another 20, and 6 of those become business builders, 4 of which are customers. What's happened now? You've got 6 directors at this level here. Your 6 business builders have now become directors. So you've gone director and now you're breaking directors in depth. You're now making $37,000 a year. You'd have to have over $1 million invested at 3%. And then if these 216 business builders at this level were to go and introduce 20, 6 become business builders, and 4 become customers, then you can see what's going on up here. $225,000 a year, $4,000 a week, right? 6 directors here, 36 directors here. And seeing what happens if these people at this level, the business builders, go and enroll 20 each, who get 6, who get 4, you've qualified $780,000 a year, $15,000 a week, you're a platinum, but you got 50% of your group have quit. 50% of your group have quit. Important to understand that. You got 216 directors at this level. You got 50% that have quit. But now let's go through and just have a look at this for a minute. This would never happen, but we're just going to assume that you end up with no customers whatsoever. Right? We're just going to take out all these customers and see what happens. No customers. Only business builders. Still making $780,000 a year, $15,000 a week. You sponsored 70% have quit now. See, guys, so important to understand this. So many people worry about the people that get in and quit. You should be focused on the ones that are wanting to do something. It's your business builders. That's why I don't care how much time I have to spend with anybody teaching them how to build a business. I understand this. You're just looking for a handful that say it the way we say it, as Jimmy Smith says. But that's exciting, guys, right? Same as having 25 million in the bank at 3%. And of course, getting the 3% is the big problem. And now we go back to here. And the other thing I've done, I put a new bonus in, and I just want to show you how this fits in, right? This got me excited because one of the reasons I got involved with the business when I first got in was to make an extra $1,000 a month. And once you qualified executive, basically that's what they're going to pay you each month. Irrelevant of the cycles. Your cycle is going to be on top of that. And this is a new one. So what we're going to be talking about now is a step-by-step plan to make $45,000 in the next 12 months. And it's all based around sponsoring 20 to find you 6 that are going to be business builders. So in the first month, you put in 5 new personally enrolled members. And we had some people last month do that. Brand new guys, put that in. They're excited. So the total personally enrolled members at that point is 5. And out of that, they end up with 1 personally enrolled consultant. Right, so their rank was consultant. They got $50 for becoming a consultant. They got $50 for a crystal consultant. And they also got $100 for the consultant development bonus. So this is the first month. You put 5 in. You teach them how to edify the system so they can go out and start sharing it with others straight away. If you teach them how to edify, they don't have to get a product response. You plug them into the system. Second month, put in another 5. Now you've got 10 personally enrolled members. Another one qualifies as a consultant. So now you're a manager within the 60 days. Crystal manager. So you get a crystal manager bonus. Plus you get another $100 for helping that person become a consultant. Consultant development bonus. Third month, you put in another 5. 2 consultants this time around. You see, some of those people you put in to start with, they would have wanted to get a little, test of the product to start with. You got some people like we've had last month just get excited and go out and go crystal consultant, basically before trying the products even. But some of the others are going to take a little bit longer. But then you got 2 new personally enrolled consultants in the third month. You're still a manager. But you get another 2 lots of $100 consultant development bonus. Then in the fourth month, you put another 5 in. So that's your 20 now. And out of the 20, we got 2 more personally enrolled consultants. 6 all up. You're a director. You get a $750 crystal director bonus and another 200. That's just another way of looking at all those bonuses we've been talking about. But when I saw this, man, I got so excited. Because you don't have to stop at director. Just suppose you put another 4 in. ended up with another 2 consultants. You're still a director. You get another 200 consultant development bonus. Next month, you put a 3 in. 2 of them become consultant. You got 5 consultants on each side. 5 and 5. You're an executive. As an executive, you get another 1,000. Plus you get another 200. I promise you, Isagenix has got a ton of executives out there. There's a lot of people that have gone executive. And what I'm excited about now is I honestly believe it's going to be much easier to maintain the people qualifying at consultant and beyond now that we've got the FSI system working properly. Before, people were shooting for executive, but they didn't understand to be working depth. They didn't have a system to plug them into. And to be honest, it ended up with an executive churn. But the main thing is to spend time helping, teaching, coaching your people as you get them in. But now it's not that hard. You get them to plug into the webinars. You get them onto the TeamFSI.net website. You get them to go through the networking masterclass. And that's 3,100 in 6 months, just in rank advancement bonus. But there's more bonuses out there. There's a 5-cycle manager bonus when you're doing 5 cycles for the first time. There's a 10-cycle director bonus when you're doing 10 cycles and a director. And there's a 20-cycle executive bonus. And it's just fascinating to see how all these come up. So what happens when you start doing 5 cycles? You're going to get, the first time you do it, you get $250. Second time you do it, you get another $250. So just supposing that happened in that 4th month when you went director, it'll be another 500. And just suppose you end up doing 10 cycles in the 6th month. And in actual fact, in the overall thing, it doesn't matter that much which month it happens in. But I just had to fit them in there somewhere. And then they got this executive lifestyle bonus. So when you're an executive, and you qualified as an executive every day of the month, and you put in 2 new people, what's going to happen? They're going to pay you another $750. This is guaranteed. This has got nothing to do with how many cycles you're doing. Another $750 US, works out about $825 Australian. Do it again, 2nd month, you get another $825. 3rd month you do it, they pay you $1,000 US, so that'll be about 1,100 Aussie. Next month, another $850, $825 I mean, then another 1,100. And then if we go back and try and put some cycles in here, right? These are just a guesstimate, but suppose you didn't do any cycles in the 1st month, and chances are you would. But I wanted to make this conservative. And then you did 1 in the 2nd month. You only did 3 in the 3rd month. 12 weeks in and you're only doing 3 cycles. See, this is where some people would get depressed. And then 5 in the 4th month. Then 10 in that 6th month. So at that point, you'd be what we call, in our game, apprentice millionaires. You're a director and above, 10 cycles a week. And then we just got it going up 2 each month. So we're not breaking any records here. So what then would happen, you'd actually get this $2,000 20-cycle executive bonus would click in out there in the 11th month in this example. But if you got to that 20 cycles earlier, well, you'd get it earlier. And then we look at the cycle income for those cycles. That's per month. Right? So in the end, you're looking at 5,600 per month out there. And so this is just a summary of all the rank advancement bonuses, 6,600. I just go through and add them all up. And then this is your total monthly income, right? So 150 to start with, then 609, 977, 2700, 2000, 4,700, back to 3,900. Depends on when you get these big bonuses. And then finishing up at 6,700. Income to date, that's how much you've made progressively, 45,000 total income for the year. But it's one little step at a time. And I promise you, lots of people have gone crystal consultant, lots of people have gone manager, lots of people have gone director, lots of people have gone executive, lots of crystal executives. Done it in the 6 months. And now they've got these extra bonuses in there, make it so much better. Using and promoting the FSI system is going to be the key. There's no doubt about that. I mean, it's do the work, plug into the system, you will be successful. Plug your people in. If you do the work and don't plug them into the system, well, to be honest, what we've seen in the last 8 years is good luck. Right? Very, very variable results. But you plug them into the system, and we've seen this happen before. So what in actual fact happens then, if you were to continue making that $6,798 per month for the next 12 months, you're looking at like an $80,000 a year income. So what we got here is a 6-month plan to executive and 20 cycles in 12 months. And what you need to do is look at these 2 lines here. These are the bits that are in your control. How many people you're contacting, how many people you're showing the plan to, how many people you're following up. This is the key to the whole thing up here. And then you're going to be training down here to get your consultants. No doubt you'd have more of these people come in as consultants down here as well. You'd still be getting the extra $100, but I didn't even worry about putting those in. I've modelled this after a thing that used to be in the old Jaeger diaries, pocket diaries, and we've used it in the past because people can see it. It's bite-sized steps here, right? Sponsor 20, define the 6. Been proven to work for 50 years. And I promise you the FSI systems are the best. Right? Using the FSI system will help you to think differently. Right? You'll stop just selling products and start casting a vision for what is possible. Right? Stop being the magic, the expert, and start using duplicatable systems. Right? To stop thinking more dollars means more hours and start thinking geometric progression. To stop thinking about past failures, and we've all had a heap of those, and start thinking about future possibilities. So we're in the business of teaching people to teach using duplicatable systems. And if you act on the information you've just been given, you can transform your life both physically and financially. And now let's listen to Joe Dispenza as he covers his point.
If you give people sound information and then they can repeat that information, they're wiring it in their brain. They're creating a new model of understanding. If you show them how to apply that information, if they do it properly, they will have some type of transformation. That transformation isn't something that causes people to feel bad or unworthy. It causes them to open their hearts. It causes them to feel joy, to feel gratitude. They feel differently. And if you're able to then create that elevated emotion and you teach people more information, they will continue to transform themselves, and that's called evolution. So, if you think the same thoughts always lead to the same choices. The same choices lead to the same behaviors. The same behaviors create the same experiences, and the same experiences produce the same feelings, and you're now caught in your old self. But New thoughts should lead to new choices, and new choices should lead to new behaviors. New behaviors should create new experiences, and new experiences should create new emotions, and that should inspire evolution. We say that your personality creates your personal reality. And your personality is made up of how you think, how you act, and how you feel. We could say that your personality is your state of being. So now, geniuses, if you keep thinking the same thoughts, keep demonstrating the same behaviors, keep living by the same feelings and emotions, your personal reality is going to stay exactly the same. But if you have new thoughts that lead to new choices, that demonstrate new actions, that create new experiences, that cause you to feel differently, you will begin to walk into a new future. How many people understand this? So most people try to create a new personal reality as the same personality, and it doesn't work. You literally have to become someone else.
You have to change. See, otherwise we go through the same thoughts, same choices, same actions, same behaviours, same experiences, nothing changes. But what the FSI system provides is knowledge and information regarding telomeres and ageing, geometric progressions and duplicatable systems, enabling you to change with your virtual franchise. Change totally. Because then we'll start having new thoughts, new choices, new action behaviours, new experiences, new feelings, a whole new state of being. Change your life totally. And building a business is a mind game, there's no doubt about that. And it's normal to have many different thoughts going through your mind when you first start thinking about doing something you've never done before. On one side, you'll have dreams, goals, ambitions, excitement. But then the next minute, you've got these other thoughts coming in. Fears, doubts, worries, anxiety. Can I do it? But what you're going to find is you learn more about the business, your positive thoughts will increase. The negative fears and doubts will decrease and you'll take action. There's no doubt about that. You'll become more courageous. And as you go through the TeamFSI system, you learn golden nuggets from the 5 top income earners in isogenics. Jay Bennett, Herb Zapata, Jimmy Smith, Michael Klaus and Tanya Kirkpatrick. I want you to understand that. Not just my ideas. These guys are all making over $2 million a year. These are the ones you're going to learn from. Plus Kathy Coover, the co-founder of Isogenics. And we put together a networking masterclass. This is part of that series. It's basically get a dream, learn the basics, change your mindset, teach others to get a dream, learn the basics, change your mindset, teach others, etc. It's going to be a director-producing machine. No doubt about that. And there's basically a series of videos in there. Doesn't take that long to go through them, but it's important that you go through them. Right? I mean, when I was at uni, it used to do about 7 hours of lectures each day. I had to do that for 5 years. And yeah, just amazing. So it's well worthwhile taking the time to go through this. Doesn't matter how long it takes you, how many days it takes you to get through it, but just do it as you can. And the sooner the better. And when you take action, you'll have a small win, which builds confidence. Right? You increase confidence, take more action, have another win. That keeps cycling around. In the end, the action cures the fear. It's normal to be out of your comfort zone when you first start. And like any other new job, the more you do, the easier it gets. No doubt about that. It's just like any other job. But if you don't learn more, you're likely to focus on the negative thoughts. They'll increase in size and importance, and your dreams and goals will shrink, and you'll do nothing. And truly, we've been watching this happen to people for 34 years. They can see it, they can get excited, but if they don't learn more, their fears and doubts and the worries just take over. Their goals, dreams and ambitions shrink, and they do nothing. So I'd suggest you do yourself a favour and at least take the time to learn some more. It's free. It doesn't even cost you anything to get this information. And the FSI system works. There's no doubt about that. I've been lucky enough and fortunate enough to be in the top 2 Australian income earners in 3 other networks prior to Isogenics. I'm passionate about developing systems that everyone can use because it's the systems that allow you to end up with both time and money. If you do not use a system that works, at best you will end up with a direct sales business. It'll be active income. You'll be in the S quadrant. Now, don't get me wrong. I've seen a lot of people make a lot of money doing that. but it's active income. You're in the S quadrant. Very few people actively building. In fact, in some cases, you may be the only one. You'll end up seeing a huge churn of members. Your business plateaus, and you're likely to burn out and stop actively building your business. We've seen this happen with so many people. And then they sit back and watch their businesses slowly decline. And what often happens after that? Many then start playing the blame game, blaming the company, blaming whatever. But in actual fact, that's not the problem. They just didn't understand that they had to have systems that worked to plug their people into. Otherwise, they're going to end up in the S quadrant. And we've now got the systems in place that work for you. There's no doubt about that. And it's based on the successes and failures that I've both had personally and also observed over the last 34 years in the industry that I've now put systems in place so that anybody who is prepared to both learn and work can become successful with their own virtual franchise. But you've got to be prepared to take the time to learn as well. I've seen a lot of people out there, unfortunately, great work ethic, but they didn't bother to learn. They weren't taught the right thing. And in the end, they end up in that S quadrant. They end up sitting back doing nothing. But we have proven systems that work. That's why I'm so excited about this. After 34 years in the industry, I've never been more excited. Right? This will be the decade of the platinums for TeamFSI members who are prepared to learn, grow, and take massive action. And why I'm so excited is this permanent free membership. I've been trying to get that in with other companies since 2002. And Isagenix have brought it in, and as far as I'm aware, they're the only company that have done this so far. Now, I got no doubt some of the others will follow on later on. But with this new model, new upgraded TeamFSI system, combined with this permanent free membership, you can succeed. It doesn't matter what's happened in the past. You can succeed. And I just want to thank you on behalf of Linda and myself. We look forward to getting to know you personally, and may God bless you in all that you do. It's going to be an exciting ride as we go out and reach and help a lot of other people. Thank you.